Hi viewers, I thought this would be an interesting topic and one I have touched on briefly in the past, and hopefully my viewers from the United States will keep watching because there is a correlation with your coinage as well, and in fact any country around the world. And of course you might like to see some of these circulating collectible coins like Peter Rabbit or Mrs. Tittlemaus, or even what's that one, Paddington Bear, and of course many from this series which is very popular at the moment. Of course there's a multitude of different series, and I think one of these I've just put in the mail to someone in the United States as a gift. But anyway, so that's our current circulating 50p coins. Now they used to be this size, and let's look at Queenie, and they're now this size. So basically this one is no longer legal tender. Whether you can change these up at the bank, you probably can, or you might have to send them, I don't know. But this one's still circulating. Oh, that one was actually a commemorative Battle of Britain. Now, had you bought the silver version of this, it would still be worth its weight in silver. But the this one, because it's not made of precious metal, it's worth 50p if you send it in. Anyway, our pound coins used to look like this, one solid metal, and this one no longer legal tender as it's been replaced with this bimetallic thing. So again, I have managed to change these up in the bank, but not recently, but so I don't know how long they'll keep doing that for. You might end up having to send them off, I don't know. The same happened with the £2 coins. The original ones were solid one metal, goldy colour, and been superseded by these bimetallic ones. So those are still legal tender. Anyway, going back in time a bit to these AU pennies from 1965 and 1967, I believe. Let's get it around the right way. So if I took these to the bank, I would get 1 penny. So interesting, I looked up the historic silver prices, and the farthest I could go back was 1970, where silver was 77p an ounce, and obviously that's 3 years later than this. But if you said 77p, so 77 of these would have bought you an ounce of silver back in 1970. And yes, I have way more than 77 of these stashed somewhere. But anyway, so the point I'm getting at is when you buy coins that are just currently a collectible item. Let's have a look at a different one. Who's this one? Benjamin Bunny. Obviously they will lose their popularity, but the point I'm getting at is all of these are actually only worth their face value, which is 50p, and obviously with inflation you get to buy less with that 50p as the years go by. Obviously I can't remember what year that one was, but whatever year that was, let's see if I can see it, 1991, you could have probably bought quite a lot with 50p back in 1991, but today you can't buy much at all. Let's have a quick look at the uncirculated pound coin for anyone wishing to see what they looked like. That's what they would have looked like when they were brand new from the mint. with Queenie on the obverse. So for me as a collector, many years ago I realised that these things are actually losing value. All these collector coins are losing value. Some are a pain in the arse to get rid of, like these, because they're no longer circulating currency, likewise with those pennies. And I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to collect a coin, it might as well have a dual value. So if you want to collect a coin, it might as well be made of something that has an intrinsic value. And it really doesn't matter where that coin comes from or what the purity is, because they are always worth their weight in silver. And like I said, it really doesn't matter. Gorgeous French Hercules, Russian, and the gorgeous, stunning Panama Balboa. 1947, yeah, it was. I was right. I thought it was. So it really doesn't matter where they come from. And, you know, you can still enjoy the coin collecting, but you always have the intrinsic value of the silver that is in these coins. And on top of that, you know, there will be a collector value by someone who really wants it. You know, something like this stunning Balboa, which is in absolutely gorgeous condition. So someone is going to pay, you know, a lot more than the silver content value for that coin. So, I mean, I've literally cashed in loads of it. Like I said, I had the solid £2 coins. I got rid of all of those because they were just sitting there losing value, basically. You know, that £2 was, I was going to be able to get less with that £2 as each year passed. Whereas if I'd put that £2 into a silver coin, it was always holding its intrinsic value of the silver content. And obviously my US viewers are probably wanting to see this Kennedy looks at Lincoln. Oh, there it is. Again, it has a collector value but no intrinsic value. That's really kind of what I wanted to cover, and I know some of you are going to say, oh, what's that one? And I will just briefly touch on errors, because again, errors only really have a collector value, and this is an error coin, and I only know of about I don't know, a handful in existence, and I'm guessing it was intentionally done, because you see at the bottom it's actually got a face value which they're not allowed to use unless it's struck a government strike, and obviously this is a private mint, so I'm not sure how many of these are actually in existence, but you know, the collector value is one thing, but again, it always has that silver value. It'll always maintain, you know, the 2 ounce of silver value, you know, whatever spot is at the time. And obviously that was the intaglio mint, if I remember rightly. Yeah. But anyway, for those of you that are, you know, currently collecting coins that aren't made of precious metals, you know, it might be worth looking at, you know, should I be buying the silver proof version of these? Because then the silver is always going to be worth the silver weight. So you don't have to rely on a face value, or when this becomes demonetised and you can't use it in a shop and you've got to take it to a bank, you will always be able to sell your silver somewhere. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, I'll leave you with George and the Dragon, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.